Reforms are necessary. First, because Afghanistan needs to become self-reliant. Afghanistan is lived from charity. Charity doesn't bring you prosperity. Hard work, creation of wealth, in particular, your human capital and your social capital brings you prosperity and stability. The good news is that the people of Afghanistan totally want reforms. The absolute majority of the people in this country is composed of the three key strata: the youth, the women, and the poor. So the reasons for reform are survival.
Very few governments are operating in the same challenging environment that we inherited post-2014. But in spite of the serious security challenges, key reforms were implemented.
دولت افغانستان میخواد تعهداتی را که با اساس 2014 نوشته شده بود که ما باید سال 2024 به خودکفایی میرسیم و میتونیم تمام مصارف عمده کشور دولت افغانستان خودش متقبل شود. فعلا که در نیمه راه هستیم، به چی دستاوردها رسیدیم، تا حالا چی چالش‌ها داشتیم و پلان‌های ما برای 5 سال آینده چی خواهد بود.
The Afghanistan National Peace and Development Framework is our 5-year strategic plan to reduce poverty, realize growth, achieve peace, and most important, achieve self-reliance through the transformation decade that goes to till 2024.
تغییر در فرهنگ اداره و تغییر در فرهنگ سازمان خودش میتونه که آهسته آهسته اعتماد مردم افغانستان را در این رابطه به وجود بیاره. عمده‌ترین دستاورد مرکز عدل قضایی و در مجموع اداره سارنوالی و نهادهای عدل قضایی در افغانستان همی است که مردم افغانستان آهسته آهسته باور میکنند که دیگه فرهنگ معافیت از پاسخگویی در حالت ختم شدن است.
قضایی من خشونت نسبت دسترسی زنان به عدالت با تغییراتی که حکومت در ارگان‌های عدلی و قضایی آورده، ما از این خوشحال هستیم و تغییرات بسیار جدی آمده و رویش بسیار کار صورت میگیره.
مرکز عدلی و قضایی تانسته که برای اولین بار در افغانستان افراد بلندپایه را مانند جنرالا، معینا، شاروالا اینا را پایشان به محاکمه بکشانه و در موردشان فیصله کنه.
First of all, what the government wants to do is improve the business environment and attract more private investment. Our strategy has been to implement a number of reforms that we think will improve the business environment.
When we created an air corridor, $70 million of exports to India last year. This year, they just signed an agreement for $122 million and $300 million more in MOUs. All of India is opened up to us. The air corridor just expanded to Turkey and Finland through Turkish Airlines. But the breakthrough, which has just occurred, is the market of Saudi Arabia.
What this has done has increased our exports from approximately $500 million in 2015 to almost $1 billion.
Post-2014, after the withdrawal of the bulk of the international troops from Afghanistan, it was our defense and security forces which shouldered the responsibility.
کله چې دلته رالم ماته دریشي راکړه او ماته بوټان او همداسې د نظامي هر شی چې ماته راکړه باور وکړئ چې زه ډېره خوشحاله وم بې حده خوشحاله وم دومره خوشحالي زه ما هېڅ خپل په ژوند کې نه درلوده چې کله چې ما د نظامي یونیفورم په ځان کې خوشحاله شوم.
In the big picture, what was necessary was to professionalize the military so that it acts more professionally, but also more proficiently. To be able to deliver the services that it needs to deliver, which is the protection of the Afghan people. But we also needed to ensure that when our soldier is on the front line, that he has the ammunition he needs, that he also has the food he needs, that he is protected and provided for. We don't leave him stranded on the front line as he is putting his life at risk for our security, for the people, for the security of the Afghan people.
According to MOI strategy, my focus for the first year in terms of our reform agenda in the MOI has been on 5 priorities. Fighting corruption, reforming the structure of the MOI, and then human resources, training, and then bringing more female police officers into the system and promoting them to senior and high-level positions, and also the reform in the traffic system of Afghanistan.
I think from the very start, the government announced that it will make space for women in society, in government, in economy.
This government really had put a very brave step forward to empower the 2 majorities that were actually counted as minorities within the government and outside of the government at the leadership level. That's women and then the youth.
The WINPP has a total of 6 components. The components include availability of gender statistics, removing legal barriers to women's economic participation, building women's skills and women's access to finance, to agricultural inputs, and to creative economies.
ډېره واضح پالیسي د حکومت په 2014 کال کې نهایی کړل چې د هغه پر اساس باندې د ټولو مرحلو کې چې د بې ځایه سوي او هم راستنېدونکي راځي د دغه اساسي کومکو څخه څنګه برخوردار شي.
پروژه تئاتر هرات تئاتر همدلی بود که در کمپ‌های بجا شده داخلی کار شد و تکنیکایی که ما اونجا کار کردیم تئاتر درمانیه که بتونن بر خود یک رویای یک آینده ترسیم کنن و بر از او تلاش بکنن.
اساسی موقف د حکومت دا دی چې دوی یو سرمایه ده په حقیقت کې بوج نه ده.
In Afghanistan, resources have been mobilized around values other than merit-based, integrity and value-based mechanisms. And I think what we are doing is basically trying to give everyone an equal opportunity to be part of an open merit-based competition. And what you do is basically you take an opportunity away from the political elites and warlords to serve their constituency in the form of nepotism and favoritism.
Reforms we've been bringing in provinces and districts and villages is bringing a new generation of leadership, which is, I can talk about a new culture of governance. A culture which is more accountable and people has a voice to raise their voice.
Governance work is both technical and political. It requires political will, vision, and a clear direction. We must stay strong despite some of the security challenges that we face currently in Afghanistan, and we have the will and steadiness to pursue some of this reform politically.
I want to thank our people for their support of the democratic process under difficult circumstances, for their support of our national defense and security forces. Our people have given sacrifices alongside our security and defense forces. I want to thank the international community for their continued support and commitment.
So it's overcoming the past that is at the core of the reform agenda. It's gaining the future and utilizing the present as a transition from a past that is truly devastating to a future that must be truly inspiring.